The Winded Podcast Brothers Parlay is for entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Must be 21 plus and only bet where sports wagering is legal. Know your limits and bet responsibly. Odds and lines change. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to the Winded Podcast. Happy Thursday for us. Happy Friday morning for you. All four brothers in attendance tonight. Thank you for taking time away from listening to the new Taylor Swift album to listen to us make our picks and talk bullshit for about an hour. Boys, how we doing tonight?
Good. What's going on, boys?
We're good.
Let's
We're
get a little more
good.
energy than that. Let's show off those new microphones everybody's got.
I was going to say, if you hadn't seen the Instagram, shout
Big
out Cousin
news.
Colin
Yep.
for the cash last week. And, now I got some quality mics.
Yes, once again, shout out Cousin Colin. We haven't officially congratulated him on this forum, so thank you for getting us a W. And if you've tailed every single parlay so far this year, you would be up money. So, we're doing our part, not necessarily making the picks, but we're picking the people to make the picks. So just follow us, follow the guest parlays, and you'll be set. Again, this isn't financial advice. This is just for entertainment. But yeah, we hit 2 last week. So it was our best week. Sadly, only 50%. Aiden got on the board again with Dalton Kincaid, which was the long shot of the parlay. And I got my first win of the season. I actually hit my backup as well with Jake Ferguson on that crazy game on Sunday night. Point any fingers, but there's just one winless guy left. Barrett, what is morale like over there in New Hampshire?
Low, real low. Like, I don't think I've gone 0 for 4 on anything ever in my life. So really need a W this week. Felt like I had a strong year last year, and I'm going to need to go on some major heater to finish the season if I'm going to put up stats like I did last year. So morale's low, but we'll keep pushing through.
It's possible.
The only way to get out of a hole is to climb your way out.
It's possible, but you would trade the 14 individual picks you had last year for more overall parlay wins this year. We just need to hit in the same week. So
yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's what we're looking for.
I mean, as long as I hit when everybody else hits, that's what I really care about. But it's still not great to be week 5 and not have picked a single correct one.
I'll tell you, last year being the guy who was the one wrong person multiple times, that is a terrible feeling. So at least you aren't the only one that's missing when you're missing. So
I will say it does make it. I mean, 0-4 is still 0-4. No right picks is bad, but it has made it nice that we haven't gone 3 for 4. Like I'm the only one. Like I'm the one that blew it. Right? Like other people have been wrong when I'm wrong, which makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, you don't get all the blame.
I don't get all the blame. But it also means that I'm not contributing to any of the positive momentum to a 4 out of 4. Right? So we're going to turn it around. 0-5 is just not an option. I'm going to start having my kids make the picks if they can't pull it together. Maybe I'll call Cousin Colin.
That guy knows ball for sure.
Yeah, he knows for sure.
So for those keeping score, we have Liam and Aiden leading the pack at 2-2. I am right behind 1 and 3, and Barrett 0-4, but I think that ends this week. And like last week, we're going to go to it right off the top. Barrett, I know you were kind of still looking. We don't need to throw the pressure right on you again this week. Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. I'll take the ball.
All right.
So I'm definitely drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit on this one. I'm going Big Blue, going number 6 for the New York Giants, and that is quarterback Jackson Dart. I really liked his game last week. I think him and Scattaboo together is very fun to watch, and it was very successful last week. I mean, when they were in the red zone, they ran that QB draw a handful of times, so I think that's definitely going to be in their playbook again this week. Again, picking against the Saints, as I did last week with Kincaid. Saints are not good, so thinking the Giants can beat them, and Jackson Dart will get in the end zone.
Yeah, I'm drinking that Kool-Aid too. I just had to remove him from my list. He was on my list. I like that pick.
I will say it's plus 190, by the way.
Plus 190, yep.
Plus 190.
It's a darty.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
he for sure has that kind of swag. He's got the confidence. Didn't look intimidated by the moment at all. That is a fun duo, him and Scotto. I hate to say it being in the division, but yeah, the Giants guy at FanFeed. I was listening to the FanFeed podcast earlier, and they were talking about that duo, and it is not necessarily going to translate to wins right away, but it's a fun duo to watch. So I like the pick too. All
You want
right,
to?
Liam, you want to?
No. You want to go?
I got two. I think I'm going to go with a guy who I can't believe that we've made, 17 picks now, and this guy hasn't been named yet. I am going to go with Justin Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings. Plus
Cut it off
175.
early.
What's that?
Set the tone early. It's a 9:30 game, right?
9:30 game, yeah.
Love it. We'll have to. I didn't realize that, but either way, I'm still rolling with it. I like it. Justin Jefferson. Hopefully, by the time we've all eaten breakfast, we already have one leg under our belt. So yeah, Justin Jefferson plus 175. I think I picked him like 3 times last year, and I'm surprised that we haven't picked him yet. So yeah, Justin Jefferson. I was plus 175 when I checked earlier. I don't know what it is right now.
is it still Wentz?
Yes.
Yeah. I can go next. So I mean, not a lot of well, I guess I should say I spent a lot of time looking at picks and trying to, be magic about it and try to get out of this 0-4 hole and all this other stuff. And then I kind of took a page out of Aiden's book and say, who's got a bad defense? Who is probably going to have who's going to get their shots? And unfortunately, Seamus, so the New Orleans came to the top of the list, Carolina came to the top of the list, and Dallas Cowboys came to the top of the list as not great defenses. So I'm going to pick on Dallas and go with Breece Hall. So he's at negative 115 right now, which I know is we try to stay away from those negative picks sometimes, but your boy needs a win, and I feel like Breece Hall is gonna get in there. So going Breece Hall.
I don't fault you. I had another guy on my list from that team for a very similar reason, or for the same reason as you. I won't say because I don't want to steal Liam's thunder in case I don't know who he's picking, so I won't say any other names until after. But, I was looking at that game too. I just couldn't bring myself to individually root for that. I don't hate it in the parlay, but couldn't root for that myself.
Yeah, I like the pick for sure.
Yeah, he's going to be hungry. After his comments on Monday night.
All right, what do you got, Lee?
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have anybody in that game. I do have someone in one of the highest over/under Vegas odds of the week. There's a little juice here. I like Tyler Warren, rookie, Indianapolis Colts, to get in the end zone back-to-back weeks. Potentially risky. I think rookies, they get hot once they find themselves, fitting into the offense. He got in last week. I just see it happening again. Tyler Warren, plus 160. Good.
I like it.
Love it.
Ride the hot hand.
That Colts offense has been weirdly very good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's another one of those weeks where I had 5 or 6 guys that I could see getting in. And, as the parlay unfolded, that one just rose to the top as being the fit for this foursome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that you're right. I mean, that Raiders Colts game is going to be 48-52. There's there's no defenses.
And live update. Never mind. I didn't realize it was the second quarter. I thought it was still the first quarter. Live update. The guest parlay is dead already. Sorry, Brian.
Was it the 15 rushing yards?
Yeah, he had. It doesn't.
The analysis was.
He just broke a run. I thought it was still the first quarter. I'm like, oh, there we go. We just hit it. But all right.
Mac Jones is balling.
Yeah, that's that's what happens when you have a first quarter over under. It's you could lose out pretty early, but hey,
it's like a 9:30 touchdown pick.
Walked right into that one. Yeah. All right. So to sum up the parlay, we have Aiden throwing a darty with Jackson Dart plus 190. I'm rolling with Justin Jefferson plus 175. Barrett is looking to get on the board with Breece Hall minus 115. And then Liam rounding it out with Tyler Warren trying to score back-to-back weeks at plus 160, bringing that total to 3,776 on DraftKings as of 9 p.m. on Thursday night.
Love it, which means come Sunday it's going to be like plus 4,500 because somehow the odds always shift come Sunday morning.
Yeah, I placed it 3 different times last week because the odds kept going.
The odds kept going up.
I'm like, well, I got to get in on it here.
Every Thursday, our odds are right around 3,700, and then Sunday, it's always way better.
Yeah.
Listen, I was looking at picks earlier, and I guess this maybe we're up there on an honorable mention. The odds moved from when I first looked at it. Woody Marks, another rookie running back, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
It was plus 155 when I was looking hours ago. Now it's plus 135 just before recording. I don't know what it's at now, maybe plus 110, but I like Woody Marks.
He's plus 155.
Okay, so it went back up.
Yeah,
I picked him up. I picked him up in both my fantasy leagues. I started him last week. He kept my team rolling at 4-0, and yeah, love it. Love that pick.
Yeah, my a couple other picks that I had, I don't have the number in front of me because I wasn't going to pick it. The guy I was talking about in that game was Garrett Wilson, just because the Cowboys secondary can't stop anybody. So I think Garrett Wilson's a good pick for anybody who doesn't mind rooting for a Cowboys touchdown, which is most people.
Plus 135.
Yeah, so Garrett Wilson kind of taken the mentality that Cousin Colin had last week with the disgruntled receiver and trying to get him happy, or just the upset receiver. AJ Brown plus 160, I think, is good value. I think that, they're going to try and, ease that situation, get him the ball. I like him to get in the end zone. And then while we were talking about rookie running backs, Jaden Blue of the Dallas Cowboys, because I always have to get a Cowboys pick in. Jaden Blue has been activated. He is going to play, make his NFL debut. He's listed as RB2. Miles Sanders getting demoted. Jaden Blue plus 700 to score a touchdown. So
they give it to him on the 1 yard line to get him a touchdown.
Get that career started. I mean,
you think with Javonte, I feel like that's the Javonte special. I think your better odds are on like a longer run.
Yeah, true. I mean, either way. I mean, yeah. I like Jaden Blue. I'm really excited to see him and Phil Maffa. And what Javonte's done has been super surprising. But just, I mean, when I saw he was playing, I looked it up, and when it's plus 700, I mean, that's a cup of coffee bet all over it. So, Jaden Blue plus 700.
Love it.
Anybody else got any other, Plan B picks for the weekend?
I do have one in the Bucks game. Sean Tucker with what's his name? Bucky out. I think a lot of people are high on Rashad White. But Sean Tucker is sneaky. He might take over that backfield if White gets to a slow start. So I could see Sean Tucker getting in the end zone at plus 215.
I feel like the odds should be higher for that. But
Vegas
maybe
knows.
you're on something, yeah. Other names I had Jalen Waddle. I mean, Tyreek gone. I think they're playing the Panthers. I just feel like, Waddle has 2 or 3 touchdowns already this year. No Tyreek. Feels like he's going to get in the end zone. That's plus 135. No Terry McLaurin this week for the Commanders. Luke McCaffrey's been on fire. 2 touchdowns past 2 weeks. Third one just feels... He was a long shot. He's not an honorable mention. It was just a long shot bet that I took down. But plus 380 for Luke McCaffrey to score in 3 consecutive weeks.
Number.
I have Jackson Smith, however you say that third name there.
Yeah,
Jackson.
don't if you don't know, don't try, because
if you don't know, now you know.
No, yeah. So like I don't think the Seahawks are going to win that game, but he's really the only one catching passes in that offense. And so like I think he's probably due maybe even for a multi-touchdown game. I had Chase Brown on week 1 would kind of feel like a homer pick, like like what the but that team is in real trouble. No one can throw the ball on that team other than Burrow, and he's obviously in a cast. And I just don't. The only way they're going to have a shot at that game is run the ball. And I don't think they're going to get shut out. And so I feel like Chase Brown, I think he was plus something, like plus 115 or 125, which is wild. That tells you
would never see that with Burrow.
Right. No way. And I don't even think, I'd have to go back and look, but I don't even think anybody else, like, you know how on DraftKings they lift like the top like 5 or 7 guys? I don't think there were any other Bengals touch like offensive players in there. It was literally just like Lions and Chase Brown.
Well, the Lions offense is stacked.
Yeah. It's super stacked. I mean, I just don't think the Bengals get shut out, right? Like, I think it's like, 35-7, right? But I don't think they get shut out. And I think Chase Brown's like the only guy that can score a touchdown on that whole team.
You could probably get anytime touchdown odds on offensive linemen for the Lions. I think that just everybody scores in that.
What about offensive? What about defense special teams for the Lions for this weekend? I bet the Bills last week. I really thought they
I
were.
know. I bet it too.
It
didn't work.
I might. Yeah. What's the
we
Detroit
should do a
Lions-
weekly defensive
Yeah.
touchdown score. That'd be fun. I like the Giants. Came on Thibodeau.
Giants has got to be up there.
Just every week bet against the Saints. Rattlers.
Titans.
That follows similar logic to the parlay. Is like if you just commit to it and stick with the same unit, you'd think, one of them would pay off.
Well, we're picking against the same team every week.
What's interesting about,
I get what Seamus is saying, though.
You don't only have to hit it once or twice.
I mean, yeah, like a good defense has multiple pick sixes every season, right? One or
and a
two
bad offense gives up multiple.
If you just keep picking against the same team, you're saying.
Yeah. Imagine if you did it the year that Jameis's last year in Tampa, like you'd have cleaned up.
Be rich.
Yeah.
He was throwing picks. Was it pick sixes? Hey, I'm sure
there
were,
when you throw 30, I'm sure that there's.
Doesn't even have to be pick six. It can be like just a scoop and score.
It's true.
Or kick return, right? Those count.
Yep.
But what I was gonna say is it's kind of crazy the difference from last year where we were just like kind of picking in silos through text versus now like we're all kind of giving our logic behind. Like last year, Aiden, of all the weeks that you picked, I never would have known that you were betting against a bad defense. So now like that's like in my head, I'm like, oh, I should look at the defenses of the people I'm playing, and like I'm like looking at over-unders of these games and just so I feel like maybe I'm like sometimes overthinking these picks now, whereas Sunday I just like wake up like hungover and just be like,
it's who you're feeling.
Yeah, like well, I don't know. Field Yates said
like
he's probably getting in.
I'm definitely putting more. I mean, maybe that's my problem, but I'm definitely putting more thought into it than I was.
Gripping the bat too tight.
Yeah. I gotta
choke
up.
Step
off, take a little, take a few shots of Fireball for some swing juice. Step back on the ball. Like I'm definitely
no free heads.
Pick a bad offense, pick a bad defense. Look, I've always looked at over under to a certain extent. But if the over under is like 28, I'm like, yeah, fuck that game. I'm not playing. I'm not touching it, right? But it's Is there still no score in this Sox game?
No.
0-0.
No. Yeah. Also, to anyone listening, we are recording during the Red Sox game, so if there are any random outbursts, and if you are, if you haven't watched the Red Sox and you want to watch it, turn the podcast off until you've watched the Red Sox game, so there's no spoilers. But yeah, if there's no other picks, I had the duty, and I actually do for a couple weeks, of doing the power rankings for fanfeednetwork.com. I wanted to run through the top 10. I don't know if you guys took a look at it when I sent it over. And just, I'll rattle off the 10. You let me know, if you disagree with anything, and then I'll also tell you where I put the Cowboys and the Patriots. You let me know if they're, higher.
They're not in the top 10?
Surprisingly, neither of them. Oh, so you already disagree. All right. Neither of them made the top 10. Sorry. All right. So, and stop me at any point if I say something and you already disagree. Number 10, Green Bay Packers. Number 9, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 8, the Baltimore Ravens. 7, the Rams. 6, the Chiefs. 5, the Buccaneers. 4, the Chargers. 3, the Lions. 2, the Bills. 1, the Eagles. Anything out of order? Anything you'd change? Sorry.
I've got it up, so it's a little bit easier.
I was going to pull it up to know.
I'm not.
Ravens.
You like the 49ers?
That's where I'm going first. Is the 49ers feel?
Yeah, so I'm more so. I took over the power ranking, so I didn't want to make too many ridiculous drastic changes from what the previous week was. I did, take liberties in a couple places on the other, the back half. I did move the Chiefs up. They were out of the top 10, which I thought was crazy.
You moved them high up.
They were at 11 last week. I moved them up to 6.
That might be premature.
The Ravens ranking is more egregious than the Niners, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they've lost the two big games that they've had.
They lost pretty bad last week too.
I just think that they're, at the end of the season, they're going to be a top. I mean, I guess it should be more based on what they're doing right now. So yeah, maybe the Ravens should be outside of the top 10. What do you think? Top 5? What do you think of that? Bucks, Chargers, Lions, Bills, Eagles. That's got to be safe, I would say.
Yeah.
Or is there somebody you want to bump up and bump the Chargers or Bucks out? Bucks only lost losing a close game to the Eagles.
Is the Rams not in that top 10? Did I hear the Rams?
The Rams are at
They're
7.
in top 10, yeah.
They're in
7?
top 10.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that top 5. I think it's the 5 through 10 is kind of a toss up honestly at this point.
It is. It is. I feel it. I was like, oh, this will be easy, and then I was like, there's so many of those teams that it's like they're kind of interchangeable. Some of them have beat each other, but yeah. And then so I'll get to you guys. You have it in front of you, but
I feel like you got to have the Bucks ahead of the Chargers. I feel like the loss to the Giants is worse than the loss to the Eagles.
Yeah,
and like the loss to the Eagles, that was that the block
past
kick?
Weekend?
No, never mind.
No, they were down and they almost came back, but they were down big and then they came back.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like losing to the 1 seed shouldn't.
Yeah, that's more respectable.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it should put you closer to the 1 seed.
Yeah, true.
Than Chargers losing to the Giants, who lost to the Cowboys.
Where'd you have the boys in the Pats?
One of the liberties that I did take was I moved. They had the Cowboys at 25 last week. I bumped them up to 17. I think that they showed a lot in that tie to Green Bay. I think that they probably should have won that game. So I moved them up to 17.
Biggest mover week, +8.
Has nothing to do with who made the ranking.
Well, I thought they were criminally low. I don't think they should have been. They shouldn't have been 25. They should have been. You moved
the Pats up too.
I moved the Pats up.
I don't think 25 is wild. I mean, I think not that I think 17 is wild either, but I mean, they're not a good football.
And what'd you have the Pats? Sorry, I might have missed
20.
The Pats at 20. They were 22 last week.
Pats win on Sunday Night Football. That's got to be a big jump.
That'd be probably top 15.
I think they might be deserving of a +8.
Move up 8 spots.
Yeah.
Well, if they tie on Sunday Night Football, they move up 8 spots.
That's bigger than a win.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, all they got to do is tie to move.
Yeah, right? You just got to tie a better team, and you move up 8 spots. That's the formula. You get be a part of a scoregami. You move up 8 slots. All right. Well, I just really kind of wanted to plug the Fan Feed Network. A lot of good stuff over there. But I'll be doing the power rankings for at least a couple weeks. So that was my first crack at it. I think I'll feel better about it next week. Really good point on the Bucks and Chargers. Didn't really even think of that, even though it's exactly what I wrote. But all right. Well, thanks for indulging in that for me. Had to plug my writing a little bit. Let's move on to our non-NFL picks. I think I worded it as non-football last week, so you can do, college football or anything along those lines, or football if you want, as we did, which was another hit that I had last week with Kylian Mbappe, who is just absolutely tearing it up. Yeah, he got it early too.
The only bets that are hitting for me are when I'm tailing other people.
Ride the tails.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything interesting on NFL for the weekend?
Friday night, West Virginia going to BYU. Over under 46.5. Over 46.5. BYU might score 49. Not West Virginia's here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
not
sure.
Covering the 19.5. Not covering the 19.5.
Very doubtful. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Utah covered the over last week. I think they scored like 48 points. It's just Big 12 football. But that just seems way too low. I don't know. I don't know anything about BYU. They're 23rd in the country, so I'm sure they have a good offense.
Their quarterback wears like number 47 or something absurd. I thought they were like running just like trick plays always, but it's just their quarterback wears
the fullback.
Yeah. Take like an alternate over 50. I don't know. Get some plus.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at some of those too. I like when the point spread is huge and then the difference between the point spread and the over under isn't that different. Yeah. I forget, there was one that I was looking at that I liked. I think the Oklahoma one. It's like they're favored by like 45 and the over under is like 52. So it's like,
well, that's tough because like
only has to score 1 touchdown,
which can be tough in those.
Well, don't
games.
Parlay it, but like if you get them.
What game are you watching?
Sorry, I'm watching the
I
Sox.
was gonna say, you gotta be a
Get
little
'em?
more specific.
Get them, yeah, like throw them out at home.
Okay, so you're a little bit ahead of me, it seems.
Yeah, very.
Did not throw 'em
Ooh,
out at
get
home.
him.
Oh, come on, get him! Damn it!
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
did you
these
get
are
him?
the
No.
these are the electric reactions I was hoping for. With well,
It's a little bit delayed up in New Hampshire. Just
well, you're further
right coming
away.
up to that now.
Yeah, they just finished the national anthem in New Hampshire.
Man, I hope they win game 2. This is going to be great. Big night, big night.
It's like those wake up from a coma memes. It's like, oh, I can't wait to watch the Red Sox. Throw them out at home plate. All right. I'll go next. I have 2. I got a ball pick. I got a basketball pick for the Association
Ooh.
of Women's National Basketball.
Okay, I was gonna say you going women's ball.
Women's ball, game 1 of the WNBA Cup, whatever the hell they call it. Phoenix Mercury versus the Las Vegas Aces. I'm going under 160.
What's the reasoning?
I think I said enough. I think I said enough. Yeah, under 160. I like it. I'm feeling real good about it. I didn't write down what the odds were. I think it's like minus 108.
I actually have a pick for the same game. It's over 0.5 green dildos thrown on the court at plus 120.
Are the
How
are
do I
those
find
guys
that in
still
DraftKings?
out there? Are they still?
How do I find that in DraftKings? What do I search for that? Do I
Green.
green?
You just search green and it'll pop up.
All right, cool. I'm in there now. Let me just
There's like a little icon for it, like when you just type in a player.
I don't think that's happened in a couple weeks, but they've cracked down on that.
Well, they might have been saving it for the big moment.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that is the big stage.
The biggest. Portnoy
I
losing
don't
those.
have any other picks though to offer.
Okay, and then I had one college football pick. I like Miami minus 4.5 over Florida State. Just felt good. Going down there, going to.
That's in Florida State, right?
Yeah, it is. I'm just felt the U was on 30 for 30. The U was on today. So it's all about the U.
I can go. For those of you that didn't fast forward through the 7.5 minutes corners over under component last week, you will be really excited to see the lineup for the Premier League this weekend, where you have Arsenal, one of the best teams in the Premier League, going up with the worst teams. This reeks of Arsenal 80+% possession, absolutely peppering the goal, which, as we learned last week, results in a lot of corners. The over 10.5 corners, which is a shitload of corners in a soccer game, is still at minus 110. Right, so you can take over 10.5 corners minus 110, or you can add the juice, go up to 12.5 or 11.5, and that's when things get like plus 120, plus 145, plus 235. I'm going to be taking over 10.5 to keep it safe because it'll be in like a multi-leg parlay. But Arsenal should win that game by multiple goals. And might clear 7 or 8, maybe 9 corners on their own.
Oh.
Keeping with the theme of corners.
I like it. I mean, it's the exact scenario that you laid out last week. Good team versus bad team that's gonna get a lot of shots. So yeah,
it was on my board.
There. Yeah, you didn't let Liam take that one. Liam's gonna sneak it in. So when you place it, it shows that you tailed him.
One thing. So we were talking like, I know this. I guess maybe it plays right now, but so I took after the last parlay where we were taking like futures in the NHL. I took a future on David Pastrnak to lead the league in shots. I liked that. I just felt he's going to be shooting a ton. There's also some pretty fun ones. I think there was a bet where it's like David Pastrnak over 3 hat tricks. And I was like, that would just be amazing to root for. And I also think possible. I didn't take it, but I was just looking at I was surprised to see that as a bet. I may lock that in. I think that's like, it was plus maybe like 300 or something like that. And I was like, I don't know. It was just one of the things where it's like, it's not dead until there's like less than 3 games left.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine the vibes when he has one like before Thanksgiving.
Right. Yeah. Imagine if he ends the season with 3 hat tricks. He like had none all year, and then the last 3 games gets 3 hat tricks. That would be crazy.
Or you're in the building and he has 2 goals.
Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. I don't know.
Oh, I like that. And that actually, unless there's anything else, that actually is a perfect segue to the next topic, which I pointed out to Liam before we started recording that this is the last Brothers Parlay episode before the Bruins play real games. They start next Wednesday. They'll be on, during our recording session next week, to be determined whether Liam will be on or not. But, Bruin season is here. So let's talk a little puck. Kind of real two quick topics of what your expectations are for the year, and then the player you're most excited to watch. And if somebody takes yours, you can still say it. You don't have to scramble for another pick. But I'll kick it off. Expect them to be a playoff team again. I think I was real high on the Marco Sturm hire. Actually, some might say I was first on the Marco Sturm hire.
True.
I was, that's who I wanted. I was very, very happy that they got him. I think he's one of those kind of culture hires that's going to, he's great with the young guys. He knows what it's like to be here. So, I'm real excited to see what he does with the team. And then for player, I'm most excited to see, I'm really excited to see kind of the race for captain, but more so I'm focused on the McAvoy angle because he missed out on the end of last year. So seeing how he comes back healthy, I've loved everything that he's said in press conferences and interviews and everything. Just seems real hungry. I think that, the injury might be kind of a blessing for him and show how much he really is hungry for it. And you could see how much it hurt him to not be out there, even though they were, he wasn't missing like a cup run or anything. He just really wanted to be out there with the guys. So I'm excited to see how McAvoy bounces back this year.
Do you watch his, was it 32 Thoughts or 32 Questions with Elliot Friedman?
I didn't watch the whole thing. That's what I'm talking. I've seen a bunch of clips from it. I do want to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, he's just a stud, obviously.
Not looking good for the Sox.
Yeah, sorry, I missed the last 15 seconds of that because the Sox forgot how to play.
It's only the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Bet.
That's fine. I know. They got
Jesus.
It's
okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'm a little behind too. So
you're not gonna like it. The Jimmy Kimmel fan.
That's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. So
Jimmy Fallon. Sorry, Jimmy Fallon. But isn't Jimmy Fallon from Boston too?
Yeah.
Nice.
A fever pitch. How could you forget?
Yeah. I just said Jimmy Kimmel, so I want to make sure I'm talking about the right Jimmy. So I agree with the assessment of there should be a playoff team. I also like the Marco Sturm hire early before he was hired. I'm excited for what I believe will be the Swayman comeback. He can't. Not only can he not have the year he had last year. What's that?
There he is.
Yeah,
he's ready.
The team won't be successful if he has that year again. But I feel like he won't let himself have that year again. So I'm excited. I like watching great goalkeeping. So that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I agree. I also think Swayman, I think I said it last week, he's going to have a big bounce back year. Having Hampus and Charlie back on the blue line is going to be huge.
Yeah. He'll see less shots for sure, which will help.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I think Swayman will have a big year. Someone I'm hopefully excited for. I don't even know if we'll ever see him ever. But Fabian Lysell, I really was hoping that he would make this lineup to start the season. Doesn't look like he's going to. I think we acquired 10 bottom 6 forwards this offseason, so it's going to be tough to crack that lineup, but really hoping we get to see him at some point, because if we don't this year, then I don't know how long the experiment goes on for, because he's only getting older and he's just racking up games in Providence. Yeah. So would like to see him at least get some play in the big show, but that's who I'm excited to see. But I feel like maybe if we do see him, it might not be a good sign for the Bruins season, so it's kind of don't really know.
Well, him being a bottom 6 guy, if they see him, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad. It's just, somebody's underperforming on that bottom end. So, it's
hurt.
Yeah, or hurt. But it is possible, I guess, to still be able to root for it without rooting for, the failure of the Bruins.
Yeah, definitely not rooting for that. But I was hoping to see him make the roster, but it doesn't look that way. Also, I have to shout out my boy Sean Corrali. Happy to see him
Welcome back, Curls.
That's a great signing.
Put one in the other night.
Yeah, he'll do that a couple times this year for sure.
Yes, back where he belongs for sure. Definitely, it always looked weird seeing him play for the Blue Jackets. I would forget that he was there, and then you'd like watch a Blue Jackets game, and it's like, holy shit, what's he doing there?
Yeah, he got a little paycheck, and then
Yeah.
he's like, all right, let's go back.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Liam, what do you got?
got a few names. Top of the list, Nikita Zadorov. You know, I know a few people that listen to this podcast, not huge fans of Nikita Zadorov. So I'm looking forward to, you know, him having the year, Bruins making the playoffs, and him making the impact that he was brought onto this team to make. So I'm looking forward to that happening this year. I mean, we saw that walk-off overtime goal. Like he's going to be buzzing this year. So I'm excited to see that. He's not going to have to play the extra minutes that he was required to last year with, you know, hopefully McAvoy and Lindholm being back. So they're not going to be asking too much of him. He'll be able to play his role. Looking forward to that. Then two new guys that I'm really looking forward to see what they can bring to the team. Victor Arvidsson. I think Pasternak doesn't lead the league in shots. It's going to be Victor Arvidsson. He shoots the puck. That's why we brought him in. He's going to have 1 million shots, probably 30 goals. It's just going to be incredible to watch. And then the last name that I'm going to say, Tanner Jeannot. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the contract. I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this year, and hopefully he proves me right. I'm excited to see what he can do in the black and gold, and I think it's just going to be awesome. I think people are going to love Tanner Jeannot. Yeah, I'm a big Kastelik fan, and I think Jeannot and him are just going to be bruisers down there in the bottom six, and I think people are going to be like, why did I think that this was a bad signing? So I hope that I'm right with that, but I just think that it's going to be awesome. I think he could be 15, 20 goal scorer as well. People are going to need to score in this Bruins team if they're going to make the playoffs. I forget what my take was. Was it 5 20-plus goal scorers? Was that what I said?
You had a high number of multiple goal scorers, yeah.
I think it was 5 20-plus was the take. I meant to look it up before, but I still believe that that's going to happen. So, yeah, I'm excited for the puck to drop.
Five is very doable.
Yeah.
At the
I don't think they've done it like for a long time.
Yeah, it was probably like,
I think last year they had like 2.
It was probably like
well, last year was a down year.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah, I love it. I think that the Jeannot thing really took a life of its own, and people just like, you know, it's like Nickelback. You feel like you're supposed to hate it because everyone hates it, and it's like, if you take a look back and you look at the player, it's like, it's not your money, and if you don't have to pay him, you know, it really shouldn't matter. I know that, you know, it's money that could be spent elsewhere, but just look at the player, and it's like, it's the kind of guy we need. And, you know, Frederick obviously cost more money, and it's like, would you rather have paid that for Frederick or get, you know, save a little money for this guy? And I'm excited to see what he can do. Arvidsson, great call there. Really kind of, I don't think getting enough attention for the kind of player that he is. So I think he could, you know, really, like you said, he shoots the puck, and the Bruins that's been their thing. It's like they've had, you know, some goal scorers, but it's like it almost has to be perfect. You know, you need guys that just put shots on net, and they haven't had, you know, enough of those guys over the past couple of years. So I'm excited for Arvidsson as well.
Love Charlie Coyle, but he probably could have been a 30-goal scorer 5 years if he just shot the puck. Mm-hmm. Just need guys to shoot the puck.
Yeah, another name to watch out for is Fraser Mitten we got him from the Carlo trade from the Leafs. I mean, we have a pretty good history of getting players from the Leafs that turn into studs in the black and gold. So I know when he was traded, a lot of Leafs fans were very upset that he was a part of it. I mean, he could have a breakout season, and if he does, that's huge for the Bruins.
Mark Mellis.
Yeah.
Mark Mellis, Patra. I think these guys. Mm-hmm. Isamont, I think that he could be solid. Like we're building, like it's like we've had this like top 6 that's elite. We've built like a Stanley Cup playoff run bottom 6, but unfortunately we just don't have the top 6 there. Well, like, you know, Casey Biddle's stat, like we'll see.
Get there come trade deadline, and then who knows what can happen.
Yeah, we bring in McDavid, and we're looking McDavid. Good.
They're building the team to bring in, and that's why there's no captain. They're saving that C for McDavid.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I don't think Pasternak or McAvoy would have a problem if that's the guy who gets the C. Pasternak, maybe.
What do you guys think of Kaprizov's contract?
I didn't see what that was.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
the most expensive contract in NHL history.
Was he getting like 13, 14?
I think it's like 16 a year.
Sheesh.
8 years.
Whoa.
Let me pull it up. Yeah,
Yeah, that's steep. I mean, I know the cap's going up, but
8 years, 136 mil.
Well, won't he'll be like
17
38
mil
when that's over?
annual salary of 17 million.
Jesus Christ.
McDavid's what, 14 right now?
Yeah.
13?
He's not happy.
In the press conference, it was Bill Guerin, the GM of the Wild, and Kaprizov sitting next to each other. And they were, I forget what it was. It was like, "Are you happy?" And he was like, "You fucking better be." That's what Bill Guerin said.
Yeah, Guerin
So,
could play his career twice and never made that much money.
Yeah. Kaprizov's a great player, but
he's not the guy. If you said who is the highest paid player in the league, he is not the name that I would say. But a lot of it's obviously timing, and when you get to the free agency, obviously he won't be that for long. Someone else will come along, and it's just crazy. Other sports, people that are fans of other sports first, they look at that and they're like, oh, he only makes 17 million a year, but in the NHL, that's
3 players on some.
That's rosters. Kyrie Irving money. That's like, it might as well be LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes.
This is his second payday, which I guess I didn't realize how long.
I mean, every year, no matter the sport, or every couple of years, someone resets the floor, right? And resets the ceiling, I should say. And
I mean, Jaylen Brown was the highest paid NBA player for a year, and then was Jason Tatum. So it's a lot of it's about timing, and but it just does reset it.
But what do you think Pasta's thinking when he sees that? Pasta's not getting 17 mil a year.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
he won't get that here.
He won't get that anywhere. He's on the wrong side of 35, or wrong 35. Side of the 30s. Let's say. What's he, 33, 4?
I don't think he's that old. He's like 29.
He's 29. Kaprizov's 28.
Aged him a
Pasta got 11.25 a year. Kaprizov's getting 17.
Jesus.
But
that probably kicks in next year, right? It's not this year.
It kicks in 2026. So yeah, because he's still on his 9 mil a year contract this year.
But so that's 2026 season. So like when the cap is projected to go up.
Right, yeah.
All I have to say about that is that's wild.
Oh, you stole my joke. I was focused on watching the Red Sox. I was waiting to say that.
All right. Well, we actually, before we move on to the next segment, hit pause on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, wherever you're listening. Go to your browser and go to windedpod.store and check out the merch that has just dropped. Going to continue to add stuff. And this is a reminder that the first time we hit our parlay, which hopefully it's this weekend, we'll be giving away a shirt. So, go take a peek. And if you don't feel like pulling the trigger, pick the one that you want and, bookmark it. So when you win next week, you can either spend some of that parlay money on a shirt or be the lucky winner and you get one paid for by me with the winnings.
I just wanted to say I'm gonna double that.
You get
two shirts.
I'm gonna buy a shirt for 2 giveaways.
2 giveaways. Wow, look at that.
I'm gonna match.
I'll buy a shirt too.
I feel like if I go 0-5, the week that I'm the ghost leg, I'll buy one.
Okay. All right. The store is going to crash with all these shirts going out. But also shout out Michael Raymond, first purchase from the store. He bought a band Sweet Caroline shirt and a Brothers Parlay shirt. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to see that handsome man in those t-shirts. But yeah, so back to the show, and no more shameless plugs. We got a text from Robbie Berger. He emerged. We were getting a little worried about him. Hadn't heard from him in a couple of weeks. He emerged. He actually had, I should have brought this up earlier. He couldn't find a sports book that would take every single game to have a safety. He said he was trying. He wants to lock that in, but he can't find anybody who'll take that bet. So just had to get that out there in case anybody knows. We'll get that over to Robbie Berger. He wants to place that bet for this weekend. But his main point was he wanted to know from us what our favorite cut of steak is and the side you pair with it. Anybody passionate about this?
I have
Barrett had a fancy steak the other day.
I was gonna say, so earlier this week, I was traveling. I was helping some friends out, do a little build out, and they took us out to dinner, and I got Japanese Wagyu steak that was priced by the ounce. So you know it's not. It was like market price by the ounce. It was very, very good. I'll say that it was very good. I'm not sure if it was as good as it was priced, but it was very, very good, and it was great because it wasn't my money.
What was the price?
It was $30 an ounce, and I got a 6-ounce steak. So it was what's that?
Hell yeah.
$240.
That's bad
I was
math.
thinking 180.
Yeah.
180. Yeah, I don't know.
Plus
I think
tip.
we did. Yeah, round up. Yeah, 180. 100. Yeah, 6 times 30 is 180. 0-4, boys. 0-4. All right. But I can't say that like Japanese Wagyu is my favorite cut of meat. I've only ever had it once, right? But I'm a filet guy. Like, just if I'm not like a big bone-in, ribeye, T-bone, prime rib, like any of that stuff. It's a good old-fashioned 6-ounce, 8-ounce, 10-ounce fillet. 10-ounce gets a little bit like you're not really in the fillet territory anymore, but 6 or 8-ounce fillet. Usually go green veggie like spinach or green beans, and then some potatoes. If I'm at like a chain like Outback has a reasonably good fillet, sometimes I'll get fries. They've also got a crazy good loaded sweet potato at Outback. It's wild.
No free ads.
Wildly good. Yeah, sponsor. But yeah, I'm a filet guy.
Imagine if Outback was the first sponsor of the podcast. You can be Outback.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a ribeye guy myself, mainly because I think that's just what I cook myself the most. I do love a fillet. I feel like I view steak as it's precious. So every time I get a steak, it's like, oh, we're eating good. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's really I guess there is bad steak, but every time I have steak, it seems to be a treat. But I'm a ribeye guy, big reverse sear with the cast iron. I mean, I think that's the only way to go if you're making it yourself.
We've been cooking steaks, so we have a griddle on our grill. We've been cooking steaks on that, and it's crazy good.
Nice crust.
Good.
You made a good prime rib for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that was the only time I've ever made it, and it was delicious.
I have never been able to get into the prime rib. Like the people I was with earlier this week actually are really big. They're great friends.
Oh wait, no, sorry, you said ribeye.
I said ribeye.
Sorry, my bad. I heard.
I did make a nice prime rib though.
You did make a nice prime rib.
Yeah. Shout out Aiden's prime rib.
Yeah, that's my pick. Aiden's prime rib.
Exclusively.
You got to get the invite for Christmas Eve though. Very exclusive.
Yeah.
Very exclusive.
That Shaw's prime rib.
Do you want to go, Seamus, or should I go?
If you're ready to go, I mean, I'm ready too. But
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, yeah. So
is your pick not Aiden's prime rib?
No. I mean, it was very good. The bark on that was incredible. Yeah, I'm kind of torn between two here, which is kind of why I didn't want to go now. But can I say the two that I'm thinking?
Well, I'll just go first then, and then.
Okay.
I'm a New York strip guy. Did I take yours?
Well, it's one of the two. Now I'll go with the other.
Well, now you got the other one. All right.
If you didn't say that, if you just went.
And I mean, it's fine. We can have the same one. It's plenty of steak to go around.
This isn't the steak parlay. It's not the red meat parlay.
Steak parlay. Yeah, New York strip. I wish that I could say it was a porterhouse or a T-bone or something with a bone. As much as I don't mind the bone. When I'm eating, I don't want to deal with it. When I'm eating a steak, I want it to just be easier. So that's really the only reason why I like the New York strip. I think it's the best, quality, that type of steak, that size. Obviously the filet, a little more tender, but I like the New York strip for the size. It's usually a decent sized steak, no bone. So that's really, really it. And I mashed potatoes with a steak.
Oh yeah, I didn't answer a side.
Yeah, mashed potatoes. Get some. Mix in the juice from the steak into the mashed potatoes. Good to go.
What kind of mashed potatoes are we talking?
I mean, you can go garlic mash. You can go red bliss with the skin.
Got to go red bliss with the skin.
Yeah, the skin is really good.
Yeah.
No one talked dressing on the steak. We got like a au jus or any of that other.
Well, if you're doing prime rib,
A1 steak sauce, or what's the not bolognese? What's the yellow sauce? Shit, I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I mean, Mr.
Bolognese on a steak would be crazy.
No, it's not bolognese. What?
Béarnaise?
Béarnaise.
Bolognese?
No, it's Béarnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Sauce.
Yeah, or ketchup. Hey.
really do any sauce on my steak. I'll let the meat talk.
I like steak sauce, but I don't necessarily need it.
I'll do like a butter.
Yeah.
Some butter.
It's Bernays. It's Bernays. I knew it wasn't bolognese. That's why I said not bolognese.
I think we all knew it wasn't bolognese.
Yeah.
That didn't need to be said, but thank you for clarifying.
Right.
I was saying bolognese just in case it jogged someone's memory for what I now know to be Bernays.
There we go. All right, Lee, what's the other?
Yeah, so of all the steak talk that we've had, I'm surprised it hasn't been mentioned yet. I'm a steak tip guy.
I was
Love
waiting
steak
for someone
tips.
to make that pick.
It's there's so many different ways that you can do it. I feel like it's probably the easiest piece of steak to cook. I feel like you can't really do it wrong. So anytime that I've ever cooked steak tips, they're just great. I've had other cuts of steak that have cooked poorly and been like, I'll eat it, but it's like, oh, I kind of messed this up. Haven't really done that with steak tips. So that's, I guess, why I'll probably go steak tips. If I was going to a nice steakhouse, I guess I wouldn't order steak tips, but as far as steak
if they're
that
on
I
the
eat,
menu, it's not a nice steakhouse.
yeah.
Is steak tips? Is that like a regional thing?
Yeah.
That's what I recently learned. That I was with someone from New Jersey, and they had never had steak tips before.
Yeah, I learned that pretty recently.
I don't know if it's all of New England, but I know it's at most New England. But it might even just be like parts of New England.
Well, all the real parts of New England, so like Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing over
Are
in
you
Connecticut.
excluding Rhode Island and Connecticut?
Massachusetts South, yeah.
Damn.
Connecticut is Eastern New York.
The only win we have came from Rhode Island.
Did we debate New England states on the pod, or was that off the pod?
That was off the pod. That was at the Chili's.
That was off the pod, yeah.
I was at the Chili's on the Twitter.
If only the pod was going then. Should have just put a couple mics on the bar at Chili's. Get some of them.
Do you know how many times I've brought up
mozzarella sticks?
You know how many times I've brought up those mozzarella sticks? I'm like a walking advertisement for Chili's now.
Well, that's my side with my steak tips.
I'm the opposite now. I got the triple dipper once. It took me out for 4 days. I'm out on Chili's.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Overload.
It's like we're an Outback pod.
We're 99 pod.
Yeah. I actually spent some time trying to find whoever the person in charge of advertising for the 99 was. Be like, yeah, I used to work there. You want to sponsor my podcast? Couldn't get an email. So, and the LinkedIn is pending. So stay tuned.
Yeah, New Bedford House of Pizza never got back either when we reached out about some sponsorship opportunities.
I doubt they have like a social media manager. It's probably just some angry pizza maker. Just like, who the hell is that? Some old guy. His like granddaughter's running an Instagram for him. Just
they don't know how to check it. Yeah. They don't know how to check their messages.
Oh, it's definitely in the spam folder, like the requests.
We just need the sponsor to pay for the giveaway T-shirts. We're not asking for much.
Yeah. Hopefully,
just cover the shirts if we have to give them away.
Yeah, maybe we don't try. Maybe we don't win this week until we get a sponsorship to cover.
Yeah.
That's actually why I've been picking really shitty things.
Thanks, Barrett.
I'm just trying to
like no wins until we get a sponsor or fuse.
Yeah.
But keep buying shirts and tailing.
All right. Well, in the same, I had one more kind of food topic. Checkers, the burger chain, is coming to Worcester, which got me thinking: what chain outside of it could be New Hampshire, it could be what chain restaurant that you've been to or want to try that isn't available conveniently to you that you would like to move to Massachusetts or New Hampshire or just driving distance?
So I can participate in this, but I also haven't lived in Massachusetts for a while. So like, for example, there was not a Sonic in Massachusetts when I lived there, but I know there is one now on the North Shore, and I'm sure that means that they are other places.
I drove by the one in Stoughton today.
There's one in Stoughton?
Yeah.
There's one Route 1.
Yeah.
Saugus is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But like that would be a good example of one where like growing up, everyone's like, "Oh, you got to try Sonic," and then they had the
the commercials.
Yeah, For me, it's White Castle. I'm not sure if you guys have had White Castle before.
Seamus loves White Castle.
That was one of mine. I have had it once, and
so White
probably
Castle,
a million of the frozen ones.
Yeah, so they those are all fine. They're fine.
Yeah,
But the
strong
real
food.
White Castle is really good. And then it used to be, is it Steak and Shake? Is that
is one. I've never had it. That is a place.
that I think there might be one in Boston now. They're definitely in like New York City, like so they have come into like the East or no, not Steak. Yeah, Steak and Shake, and it's pretty good too. Although I feel like I might be missing up that name.
I just got excited. I was like, oh, there's one in Chestnut Hill, but that's Shake Shack.
Shake Shack would have been on my list a couple of years ago. There's none up here, but
They just put a Shake Shack in Hyannis on the Cape.
Shake Shack is great. Yeah, Steak and Shake is the one I'm thinking of.
There's one at Logan. Shake Shack.
Shake Shack's awesome.
I just had to unplug my microphone to charge my phone, so if my audio is bad.
It sounds fine.
So I guess not really a restaurant, but I wish that there was Publix in Mass.
Pub subs.
Pub subs are good.
Have you been? You've been to one? I've never been to one.
Yes. Yeah.
And like, so I know it wouldn't translate here, but Publix, you go, you get your sub, you get your beer. Like, if that could translate, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Publix, that'd be mine. I would have probably said Chick-fil-A a few years ago, but those are popping up everywhere now. So
that's crazy. I like forgot that they weren't like everywhere.
Yeah, they're not particularly common up here, but they do. They're around. You don't have to drive like 2 hours to get to one. Do you guys have Dave's Hot Chicken?
There's like one every 10 feet in Boston.
I've never had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one. They just opened one in Dedham. So there's one in Newton and one in Dedham. There's like two that are within 10 minutes of me.
There's one close to us that I didn't even realize it was a chain until I forget where we were. I drove by one and I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's pretty good.
I thought it was a one-off. It's very good, and it's in a world where everything costs a shitload of money right now. The two sliders that are basically like two cutlets. Like Sarah and I split that because it's two chicken sandwiches. They think they call sliders. All right, but yeah.
When I went in there, I was like, "What do you mean I only get two tenders?" And then I got it. I'm like, oh, "These are fucking full ass chickens."
Yeah,
it's
good.
Have
you guys had Raising Cane's?
Yeah.
Raising Cane's is good.
It's good. The sauce is good. Shit, those are popping up all over Boston too. Those are everywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go make a McDonald's run right now. I'm getting hungry.
Late night McFlurries. You didn't promise any tonight?
No McFlurries tonight. Chase made his own chocolate soft serve. He gets vanilla ice cream and he mixes the chocolate into it. Very good.
All right.
I might run out and grab McFlurry though. Sounds good.
White Castle was one of my picks. The other pick that I had was Whataburger. Had it when we went to Dallas. Really wasn't even hungry. Was like I could eat one, and there was an In-N-Out as well, so I had to make the choice between Whataburger and In-N-Out. Haven't had either before, but I'm like, I'm in Texas, I got to get Whataburger, and it did not disappoint. It honestly just reminded me of like a better version of Burger King, and I'm a big Burger King guy.
Was that the Post Malone? Is that the collab that he did down there?
That was Raising Cane's.
Oh, okay. I know he had like a collab with one of the chains down there.
We didn't make it over there.
Well, there's one of those in Boston.
No, but it's like a Dallas Cowboys Post Malone themed Raising Cane's.
Gotcha.
Oh shit.
That'd be crazy in Boston.
Right. I just thought you were saying Raising Cane's.
Whataburger was very good. Got it door dashed and ate it in a hotel bed, so that's always good.
Nice.
Yeah, Whataburger was one that came to mind for me. Sorry, were you saying something?
Nope.
No, nothing important.
No, it came to mind for me. I had it at the Dallas airport. But similar to Aiden, not really a restaurant. Mine would be Wawa. I don't know if anyone's had Wawa. It's essentially like a gas station in New Jersey, Philadelphia. I've
heard the hype. Never had it though.
Similar to Publix, very good sandwiches, already ready-made sandwiches that you can just pick up in New Jersey. It's Taylor ham pork roll, and the pork roll, egg and cheese was just incredible the one time I had it. So that was just kind of the one thing that came to me.
In the categories of gas stations, have you guys ever been to or heard of Buc-ee's?
I was gonna say we got to mention Buc-ee's.
I was gonna mention Buc-ee's as well. I've never been.
Never been, so I couldn't pick it. I've never been.
Yeah,
Buc-ee's. I'm not saying I want a Buc-ee's up here. I'm not sure that's necessarily the vibes we're going
just
for.
To pass through.
But the Bucky's is crazy. If you go to like a really big one, so my father-in-law is down in Florida for a couple months every winter, and when we go down there with the kids, we'll go to Bucky's, and the kids love it. They've got Bucky's cups and T-shirts and whatever else. In the store, it looks like a Walmart. It's a fucking gas station. It's the size of a Walmart, and it's wild.
They have great beef jerky.
And all the food is so good. It's all so good. We got great sandwiches. The beef, yeah, they had like a beef jerky wall. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. I don't think we have space in New England for shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Like these are like literal like gas stations the size of grocery stores. But yeah, Bucky's is elite.
Yeah, Bucky's is on my bucket list.
Oh,
nice.
No one said In-N-Out. I feel like that's like kind of like a slam dunk in this topic, but has anyone had In-N-Out before?
I have not. I had to make the tough choice, but went with Whataburger.
Barrett?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of those places where like I'd want to try them, but I can't say I wish we had them when I've never tried them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I imagine it's probably similar to what we got.
I've had In-N-Out like maybe once. I was like severely hungover, and like you guys know what it's like eating severely hungover. It's like whatever you eat's like not gonna be good. When you're like that point, you know, you're like, I don't even know if I can keep this down. It was like I don't even want to walk in here and get the food, but road trip had to do it, and yeah, can't remember. I honestly might have thrown it up.
Looks like Mac Jones just took a shot and he's holding his leg on the ground pretty bad.
Ooh.
Damn. Another shooter?
Who the hell is this guy?
He just got...
Well, things aren't looking good for Mac Jones. Things aren't looking good for the Red Sox.
Oh, he came up grabbing it. Yeah.
Who's their third string?
That's what they just showed him. I have no idea who that is.
He looked like someone's younger brother wandered onto the sideline. He was like 19 years old. Maybe it's just the brace. He's got a brace on there. Maybe it just pinched him real good, but he's...
No, that's number 11, right? No, that's 10. That's 10.
Kaepernick just comes running out of the tunnel.
You guys are ahead of me again.
I haven't seen a second of that game.
Adrian Martinez.
That's the quarterback?
It's the third string quarterback.
Nice.
A 2024 UFL MVP.
Ooh.
His dad's in the building, it looks like.
Is it Pedro?
I'm way behind you guys. I'm still watching an Allstate commercial.
I'm watching a different game, so I don't even... I'm looking at MSN's scored cast. 4th and 2, though.
I'm on a commercial for the game.
Have we ended the podcast officially or no?
No, we're still
No, we're still rolling.
I mean,
this feels like the post-pod wrap, but...
Anybody who's still listening is not hanging on or every word. They're probably asleep.
Yeah. Well, if you're still listening, text "I'm still listening" to the podcast.
Yeah, drop a comment.
Yeah, I was sitting around waiting for a fantasy question from Bree, but the line never rang.
Get her live on the pod. Wake her up.
Yeah, she's watching Hamilton, I think.
We should next week we should work in a fantasy update for everybody. That'll make me feel better about my picks.
Aiden and I tried to make a trade this week. Didn't work. Very fair trade.
All right, well, just check the odds. We're still going strong at 37.76. Last week it had changed while we were recording. I don't know. Whoever was listening last week at DraftKings isn't this week. So I'm sure as soon as this goes live, those odds will change. But yeah, just to sum it up again, we have Tyler Warren, anytime touchdown scorer, plus 160. That's from Liam. Jackson Dart, plus 190. That's from Aiden. Barrett's rolling with Breece Hall, minus 115. And then I have Justin Jefferson, plus 175. I think, we're good to wrap up with it. This might be the longest episode we had. I do want to say, got some exciting stuff coming up on the Window Podcast soon. I teased it. I'm interviewing one of the finalists for the TikTok series 50 Dates in 50 States. The Massachusetts representative was out for the finale in South Dakota, one of 5 girls with a chance to win. I'm not exactly sure what the grand prize is, but...
Winded Pod t-shirt?
Yeah.
I think it's...
Yeah. I mean, that would be a good billboard for sure, getting one on her back. But yeah, no, excited to interview her. And then today, I just confirmed I'll be interviewing Kylie McCarthy, who is a graduate intern at Hockey East, aspiring sports media professional. So that should be interesting as well. And then I may be doing a Taylor Swift episode for the girls. Friend of mine, big Taylor Swift fan, really wants to talk Taylor Swift and the new album. So stay tuned for that. Falone Brothers and Ross, I will give you plenty warning to ignore that one. I know you probably don't want to hear that, but Winded Podcast is for all. So, when Taylor Swift drops an album, it's the biggest thing in music. So I would be stupid to not talk about it. And I want them on my side. Anybody got any final words?
Can't go 0-5.
Can't go.
Yeah, agreed.
Can't go 0-5.
We cannot.
Individually or just team? What was that comment?
Me individually.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't want the team to go 0-5 either, but in order for the team not to go 0-5, I gotta start fucking picking picks.
Well, it starts with Seamus, 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning.
Yeah, but even if like, look, I want I want the parlay to hit, but I really don't want to go 0.
Yeah, if Justin Jefferson doesn't score, then we just resubmit as a 3-3. I did that this week when the 1 o'clock didn't hit. Put in Adams and Lamar as a 2-legger. So why not?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's it. That's it for the Winded Podcast Brothers Parlay Week 5.
All right, boys.
Good luck, everyone. Please continue to tail us. Please continue to listen, engage, like, subscribe. I've been terrible at that.
Repost.
What's that?
Repost.
What do you mean repost? Oh, them
Isn't that a thing that you
I've
say?
been posting nonstop.
The listeners.
But yes, please share. And we're looking for more. If you saw earlier today, we opened up the floodgates. We're open to groups of friends to do parlays. Got a list right now. Got the pool boys on Sunday. Very excited to see what they cook up. I'm not sure they understand the assignment because Tyler texted me the screenshot of the picks. I don't think they understand how a podcast works. So Aiden might need to help them with that. So shout out to Pool Boys. We got the main boys coming up next week. We still have an opening for Monday night. So if anybody would like to do Monday night, reach out to any of us and we'll make that happen. But that's all we have this week. We will talk to you soon.
Let's go Sox.